It should be a really fun place, but man, it wasn't.
Everything about you. Everything about you. About you.
10.53 miles, 8.43 per mile. Definitely did not feel like running today, but I'm glad I did.
Sometime in the early to mid 90s that I went to my first Sports Authority. If you guys don't know what Sports Authority is, it was like a sporting super store. It had everything: running shoes, basketball shoes, weights, bicycles, treadmills, camping gear, swimming gear, all sorts of stuff. It's now out of business. It has collapsed like many other mega retailers in the US. But I was reminded of that experience today. I went to the mall, took my daughters and one of their cousins along with me today. The main reason I wanted to go was I wanted to pick up this, which is a shoe cleaning system. I had started looking up some of them online to see which one I would use to try and clean up those Ultra Boosts that I have, but I thought I would kind of let fate take me where it would, and I went to a couple of different running stores at the mall to see what they had. I initially bought the kind that comes in a can with the lid that has like the scrubby thing built on top, like a plastic scrubby thing. I got that at Dick's, which is a lot like Sports Authority. It's like a sports mega warehouse kind of place. But I also went to two other places in the mall. One is Hibbett Sport, which is a similar type of like sports chain, sporting goods chain, a lot of apparel, a lot of different kinds of sports. And then I also went to Foot Action in the mall. It was a weird experience and very nostalgic for me. I grew up in New Jersey, and so I spent a lot of time going to malls. While I was there, I looked at all the shoes. I was trying to get to see if anyone had any early releases of any shoes that are supposed to be coming out in the next month or so. None of them did. Everything there was pretty standard, but the whole shoe shopping experience in retail is supremely confusing, and I don't think I'll ever buy another pair of shoes like in person again. I just didn't like the experience at all. Like, I remember the first time I went into a Sports Authority, and it was the first time where you didn't have to ask someone to go get the shoes for you. You could wander the aisles, you could look at all the shoes that they had, and you could pick out the shoe that you wanted if they had the size that you wanted. And you could see if any of the shoes came in a couple of different colors. And that was like mind-boggling to me, and I loved it at the time because I could really like pour through the aisles and look at the different kinds of shoes. Now, back in the early to mid 90s, I was really into basketball shoes, and so I knew everything: weights, sizes, color schemes. Like, I knew everything about every basketball shoe that was out because I would just spend tons of time leafing through an East Bay catalog and also just spending time in Sports Authority looking at all the shoes. And I went back today and I did the same thing at Dick's, and I went through the aisles. Now, they have people that can help you with the shoes as well, but they do have kind of like the open aisle system, kind of like a shoe warehouse kind of place. Same thing with Hibbett's is different. Hibbett's, it's more of the traditional shoe salesman model. Same thing at Foot Action. But when I got there, like I saw the shoes that I recognize, and I saw the shoes that I recognize as running shoes. And then I saw a whole bunch of other shoes that I've never seen before, I've never heard of before. They're not on the Nike website. They're not on the Adidas website. I don't know how you would find information about them. I mean, maybe they're on the website somewhere, but these were SKUs that I'd never heard of before. And they were kind of mixed in with the running shoe section and kind of not. This was really hard to figure out if I didn't know what I was buying or what I was looking for, and I was looking for a new shoe, I would have no idea whether a shoe was good to run in or not. And I was just trying to imagine the people that are most likely shopping here are people that are shopping for their kids who are trying cross country for the first time, or trying track for the first time, or basketball or soccer or whatever the sport may be. And just wandering down the aisle and shopping maybe mainly on price, and maybe if it fits, or if they'll grow into it or out of it quick enough or too soon. And so it was just a really confusing shopping experience for me. And I know I tell people all the time, you know, if you think you're between sizes, if you're the kind of person that has to ask, does this shoe fit true to size, go to the store and try it out. I think that's true. You should go and try it out. But like, I think going to the shoe store to learn about shoes is like a terrible way to buy shoes. Trying to find information would have been really hard. And even finding information about this thing, and there was a couple of different like cleaning systems that were available, like this guy here. And I was like, I went in there and I asked the guy, and he was just like, well, you should not use that one. You should use this one. This is the one I recommend. And so I just kind of went with it. I didn't even look at the packaging. I didn't even look at what's in it. But he said, like, it's got brushes. It's got the cleaning system. The other one, you're paying extra for waterproofing. If you don't want waterproofing, don't get that. And I don't want waterproofing. And so, I don't know. I just kind of went on whatever the guy who works at Foot Action told me. And not to put those people down, I'm sure they really know what they're talking about. And if anyone knows, it's going to be that guy, because he's probably going through a lot of shoes and trying to keep them clean and knows about the cleaner. He seemed to be really passionate about this one, whatever this is. And so, but like, I can't imagine buying like shoes that way. Not anymore. And so it was just a weird experience. Let me know how you guys are buying your shoes. Like, are you getting information online and then going to the shoe store with a specific shoe or two in mind? Or are you just going to the shoe store and trying to figure out there what you're going to get? Or are you going to a running shoe store? Because I feel like most people who are watching this channel are probably going to a running shoe store, probably also doing a lot of research online first. So that's kind of my gut feeling is what the comments are going to be. But like I was so overwhelmed at the place when I was in the aisles of shoes, and I spend a lot of time looking at and thinking about shoes. I just can't imagine what it would be like for someone else. So on the other hand, I know that there's a lot of things where I like it when someone just tells me, here, buy this one. And I mean, that's how I bought this. But so maybe it's like, it's so overwhelming that you just want someone to tell you what to get. So I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. But man, I think shoe retail's got a real big problem. It's just a confusing space, and I don't know how to shop there, and I don't really like it.
Yo, what's going on?